Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog.
And this is the official Ford NACS adapter. So we're going to use it on our very first Supercharger road trip. Let's go.
We just got this adapter a couple of days ago. We tested it up in Santa Monica at one very large Tesla Supercharger with a bunch of other Ford people because we were basically given this adapter to test it out and make these type of videos. So we thought today, it's Saturday, we have a bit more time. So where should we go to do sort of a long trip? And we've decided we're going to Quartzsite, Arizona. May not sound super exciting to you, but the reason we picked Quartzsite, Arizona is it currently has the largest Tesla Supercharger that's open to us. There's 84 stalls at basically at one location, and they actually have like 28 stalls across the street. And we'll take a look at the EA station there as well to do a comparison. But we are at like 90% charge. We have 230 miles of range. I probably should have like not charged up that much so we could stop at some others. But I think that's what we'll do anyways. We'll find some superchargers along the way, maybe an EA charger, I'm not sure. A lot of it depends on the weather. We have rain right now, even though it's like sunny as well. We planned, I was just looking at one route this morning. It was like, hey, if you go this way, there's winter storm warnings. So we're not going to go that way. We're going to like split the needle, thread the needle and avoid the winter storm warning.
It's going to be a little different from a normal road trip because we are really excited to test out the Supercharger network. So we might not give you the same segment summaries or charging summaries and everything like that because we might be charging when we don't need to, stopping when we maybe wouldn't normally because we want to test this. We want to take you along for the journey. It's so cool that we were among the first to receive this. And we literally had a day of work and then woke up early this morning just so we could start testing this properly. I'm really excited, and I'm excited to see Quartzsite. Like, we just don't have CCS charging stations of that size. Not even Baker.
Baker's only like 12.
Yeah, this
10,
is
11 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. They did just open a 20 stall in San Francisco, Electrify America. So yeah, we're really excited. We just want to take you guys along for the ride. We're going to go ahead and get on the road. Just so you know, we're in Oceanside. We're going to probably go up close to Riverside. I forget where we're going exactly, what the city is. But then we're going to head out toward Palm Springs,
Shall
Indio.
we flippity-flip and look at the map?
Yeah, we'll just look at the map. And actually, I'm going to use Google Maps. Okay, so here we are. It's hard to see, but we'll zoom in a little bit. Oops. Actually, you can see it this way. Those teal dots are some of the superchargers that I've marked out. There's more than that available, but I sort of highlighted some of the bigger ones. So we're going to go up this way, up I-15, 215, cut across, and then take I-10. This is Palm Springs area. So there's like a couple of superchargers that look interesting that we might want to stop at. And then this is just all desert. And then there's Quartzsite. So there's not much to see or whatever along the way. Although Joshua Tree is up here, we don't have time to go do some sightseeing. We just want to get on the road and sort of show you guys what we're doing. There are other superchargers along the way that we may stop at just to check out. We're going to play it by ear a little bit. A lot of it is like if it's raining, we don't want to like hop out, not because we're scared of rain. We just can't really film that well in the rain. So I think the main thing is like, let's get on the road. Again, we're starting at 90%, 230 miles. Let's just go ahead and route to Quartzsite so that you can see. So here's what we're planning. I'm using Google Maps for right now. It's putting us through this route, which I know as soon as I hit go, it's going to say, hey, there's a winter storm warning. So we're actually going to use B, which goes up through close to Riverside and then over east. There's some charging stations along here. Quartzsite is all the way out there. On the way home, we may drop down or we may just come back the exact same route. A lot of it's going to depend on the weather. We're not using the Ford Nav at this time. If I go in here, I can actually like see like charging stations. The Tesla Superchargers will be added to this or added to this. I think they're actually in charge assist as well. But Ford isn't using them to route just yet because they want to verify all the data to make sure that the adapter's working, that plug-in charge is working for everybody, and that the Tesla stations, they had to be updated. Supposedly the update's there, but they didn't want to like route people to the superchargers until all of this has been verified. And that's what we're going to go do today. We're part of this process of verifying the data. But I'll show you as well when we get to the supercharger, like different ways to activate and stuff like that, and how to find them in the Ford nav system. But for now, let's just get on the road. So let's go.
How far into the drive are we, actually?
I don't know. It's not a normal road trip, so I'm not really paying attention. We're not too far. We were going to record a segment of just a few miles ago and had SD card errors, so we had to pull over. We decided to go ahead and stop for the bathroom. So it's a relaxed trip as far as efficiency, tracking how many miles, all that good stuff. But we're really excited because this is sort of we've already have, I think, 3 videos about the NACS adapter, and this is going to be the 4th, and we have several things planned, so we're really excited.
We're so excited. It's such a big deal. It's a big deal for so many reasons, but we're just so excited that the Supercharger network is now open to non-Tesla vehicles. We love our Mach-E. We love the way it looks. We love so much about it. In fact, we have spent 3 years today in a Mach-E, and we're actually going to film our 3-year review video and everything. It's super exciting. So it's really cool that we get to have the car that we love and now have the Supercharger network, and it's exciting to have our first road trip.
And we're already getting a lot of feedback from and questions on our previous videos. One of the things that this makes me think about is like somebody was like, why are you so excited by the Tesla Superchargers? And like, thought you hated Tesla. It's like, we don't hate Tesla, and the reason we're excited for the Tesla Superchargers, to be honest, I don't care. It's like a gas station. I know very, very few people that are like brand loyal to like Arco or Shell or something like that. For the most part, we all just want gas, and we want the gas station to be where we need it to be. And we try to save a little bit of money if we can.
And we want it to work.
I know for me, I used to like always try to find the cheapest, but yeah, and of course you want it to work, and we never really have that issue with gas stations like we've had with some DC fast chargers. So I'm excited that like literally overnight we have about 2,300 additional charging sites, about 15,300 additional charging stalls throughout the US. So that alone is exciting, and better reliability compared to EA and some of the other providers. And that's basically it. Like I don't really care. It could have been from GM or whoever. Like it doesn't really matter who it's from. It's like really impressive what Tesla has done. It's really cool to see how quickly they've expanded, how quickly they continue to expand, because 3 years ago, EA was talking about how quickly they're going to expand, and their expansion has just died. Like they're slowly opening stations, but they were talking about like doubling their size in 3 years, and they're nowhere near that.
And we're getting really great comments from people as we start to explore this. We're getting some really intense comments. But we're going to show you, like, we're enthusiastic about this switch. We don't hate Tesla. And we also want to make this easy for everyone. Like, we're not rolling into a charging station, to a supercharger, excited about potentially taking up 2 stalls. Like, we'd like to make this, like, reduce any inconvenience for anyone who's charging there, and also get our charge as well. And we're really excited about the other automakers getting in on this too. Like, Ford is the first, and if we weren't clear about it Ford reached out to us and gave us the opportunity to be among the few to have the first adapter. So that's how we got it first. Some people have been like, how did you get your order really quickly? Unfortunately, the orders are rolling out slowly. We have this pre-production adapter that we were hand given by Ford engineers and people at Ford at a supercharger, but we also had to order our actual adapter just like everyone else. So we're using this pre-production one and getting to test it out, share it all with you, and enjoy this experience. But we will be getting the actual one just like you, shipped out when? April?
Ours is supposedly April, and just to tag onto that, like, we 100% know that the reason that we were selected to get this adapter isn't because of us. It's because we have 11,000 subscribers and a lot of Mach-E and Lightning owners that watch our video, and we feel it is an obligation to answer your questions, to show how this is going to work, to help spread the word. So it's like, that's why it wasn't we were selected, you were actually selected.
Yeah.
So
that's a great way to put it, and we're so very, very grateful to all of you for coming along with us for this journey on this channel, the adventure that we've been having, that we in no way expected to be where it is now. We were just excited about ordering a Mach-E, and all of that came to here. I cannot believe where it is now and where we are as Mach-E owners, able to charge on the Supercharger network, all of that. So thank you guys so much for supporting us. And by the way, as soon as we were able to, because we obviously had to sign NDAs and all that stuff, so as soon as we were able to, we let everyone know, go order. Like, we woke up at 4:30 in the morning and everything opened at 5 a.m. West Coast time. So we let everyone know on YouTube, social media, on Patreon, the Mustang Mach-E Club of America. We let everyone know. So we were definitely not trying to get the jump on it. And we really want to share any knowledge, any wealth, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you do have any particular questions, we're going to do this when we're going to visit Quartzsite. We're going to just sort of show some superchargers along the way back, we hope. And we are going to try to see if we can do a 10 to 80% video sometime this week. We're going to show different ways of activating the superchargers. The easiest way, of course, is just plug and charge. But there's other ways to do that. We're going to do some comparisons between EA and EVgo and Tesla Superchargers about how quickly they can activate a charging session. So we're gonna dive into that. We may try to charge some non-updated Fords to see if they can actually charge before they get the update, using some alternate methods. We may try to charge something that's not a Ford, if we can get access to that.
So if you are in our area in North County, San Diego, or anywhere around there, and you have a non-updated Ford EV or another EV and you're down to be part of this testing, let us know. Yeah.
And I think the final thing that we may try, looks like we're going to try, we have an adapter from A to Z that is on its way. Electron, we may get one of theirs to test out as well. But we do want to be very clear. Ford says these are, they do not support third-party adapters. But it shouldn't be an issue. But we, it is, you are plugging it into a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 car and a, very expensive charging station. So we will just put that disclaimer out there. It is not supported by Ford. I believe Tesla says something along the same lines. But for all intents and purposes, the adapter should work. We'll give that at least a try and examine it. Well, I won't say we will give it a try. We'll look at it and evaluate and then decide if we're going to give it a try.
Because you're making me nervous, actually.
Yeah. So anyways, we don't want to bore you with just driving footage, but we did want to give you that update. We're going to get ready to head more east. We're sort of heading north now. I guess this is California 60 we're getting ready to get on.
And we just hit some rough roads.
Yeah, it's really rough roads. It's mostly, the car feels fine, but it's noisy on this really rough pavement.
Yeah.
So we should go, and maybe we'll find a supercharger that we can stop at. I'm not sure what we're going to do.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay, we are at 49% charge. We wouldn't normally stop at 49%, but we can't make it all the way to Quartzsite. But I picked this station. We were looking at the Tesla app previously and knew that there's 24 stalls here. So I thought, or it says 20. There's 20 stalls here, so I thought there might be a good chance that even though we're going to have to take up 2 spaces, that it may not be as full. So just wanted to show you, like it's showing in like the Charge Assist public charging app. Here it is. Like I can go tap this. It can give me the speed. Of course, they're all 250 kilowatts, but 45 cents per kilowatt hour, which is slightly cheaper than the non-member EA rate around here. And then let me hit the back. For example, there's some Kohl's charge point that's nearby. Let's see if I can get the price on that one. Charger stalls. That one's 52, and oddly, the slower level 2 is 54 or 55 cents per kilowatt hour. So it's cheaper than some of the alternatives around here. But we also, if we want to show the actual installation here of the Tesla Supercharger, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. I was hoping there is like one that's not in view that I could have used that somebody else is using. That would have meant like I'd be parking technically outside the Supercharger and then using one stall. But there isn't really any way. There is like a handicap stall that I could sort of use, but I don't necessarily want to take that up either. And not all of you can use a handicap stall. We have the handicap placard for Liv's disability. So I'm just going to go pick one. I think I might go over on the far left and pick one over there, because a lot of times people wouldn't want to pick the one like in spot if somebody was parked next to it. So I think that's where we're going to go. We got to see like how is this going to work with me getting close enough to be able to charge. They do have the signs here, and this is all a little bit tricky, but let's go give it a try. And there's a Tesla, so I'm going to let him go in first, make sure I don't block the one that he might use. See, like I could park next to that red guy and use the one that he's using, but he's using it, so I can't do that. So let me go try this one here.
Oh, good. So they're parking there, and then we can park.
Yeah, and
one
I'm
away
going
from
to
them.
try to get over here, and I'm sort of taking up the other space and like not parking that well. And part of that is like I sort of want somebody to look at it and go like, yeah, I don't want to park there because that guy's over the line. I think that's better than them parking there and then realizing I'm using their stall.
And we actually talked about getting a flattenable cone. I looked at some on Amazon, so that might be something to pop up so no one pulls into a spot and gets mad.
Okay, so
Should we hop out?
Yeah, this is going to be our first charging. I'll probably just like charge up to 80% a little bit, maybe run into the bathroom, maybe get a bite to eat. But we won't go up above that just to get out of the way quickly. But let's go show you how quick and simple this is and make sure I got close enough that the cable will reach. Okay.
This is so exciting.
Did I get close enough? First of all, I'm going to test. Nope, I did not.
Aw. This is almost exciting.
Yeah, let me just move over.
Not a huge amount of space with that really low
Do I have
lip.
space up front?
Yeah, you have space, just low lip.
You tell me when to stop.
You gotta keep going. Keep going. Stop.
Can I get closer, or am I going to
You can get closer. Okay, stop. Let's see if that was close enough.
So I guess I do need to be sort of perfectly aligned. I was trying to block this so somebody went and like pull in and go like, oh no, I can't charge here.
So if anyone didn't see how to attach the adapter, you got to go in this order.
So yeah, you want to attach the adapter first. So that clicked on, and then I just plug in. I heard the latch go. The blue light came on. That means it's connected and communicating. And then we've been timing it. It's been about 15 to 20 seconds where all of a sudden you'll see the little blue next segment start flashing, and now it's flashing. That means it's charging. Let me grab my phone real quick. And we'll check Ford Pass, and I won't bring the screen up, but I will take a screenshot.
We can hear it ramping up.
We can hear the fans. And now it says I'm fast charging. It says I'll hit 80% in about 20 minutes, but it is ramping up. I'm at 133 kilowatt hours. I'll take a screenshot. And we're already at 50%. Got 0.7 kilowatt hours so far. And we can run and go to the bathroom or whatever. That's as quick and simple as it is. If I want to stop charging, I can just hit the stop. One of the things right now, and they're aware of this, is like somebody can just stop my charge and unplug. That's not good because we have this adapter here that we got for free.
And unplug and take the adapters. So unfortunately at the moment, you don't want to leave your car alone.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, we often want to sit in the car, or there are two of us, so hopefully you're in a situation where you can sort of babysit it, just for now, hopefully.
Yeah, so that's quick and easy. A lot quicker initiation process than with EA. EA supports plug and charge. EVgo does plug and charge. It's called Auto Charge Plus because it's not the actual plug and charge standard. They do a different method of activating it, but in any case, it's pretty quick. I think it's about 30 seconds for them, but this is the fastest plug and charge that we've seen so far, and I really like how quick it is, how simple it is. The other big sort of downside is because the Mach-E doesn't display how fast you're charging on the screen, it is a bit of an annoyance. But the one thing it will do is, like, if I come over here, I know you have to like put the screen in all the way, but if I turn the car on, get rid of the warnings or whatever, it will say I'm fast charging. I'll hit 80% at 10:19 a.m., which is now 19 minutes away. But it would be nice if I could just see the kilowatt speed on the screen. It'd be nice to see like amps and volts as well, but kilowatts would be a good first step. And we've been asking for this for 3 years. This is the 3rd anniversary of when we got our Mach-E. We've been asking for that. Hopefully Ford will at some point update the screen to have that. Until then, you can check it in the Ford Pass app. So that's, let's go to the bathroom or take turns, I guess, so we don't leave the adapter.
I want to check out this charger, this supercharger, just because this is a really great spot, except for the loud traffic. We're right in front of an In-N-Out, and it's really cool. It feels like inconsequential that there are chargers here, doesn't it? Like, these are just parking spots for the In-N-Out, and they happen to have chargers, which is so cool.
Yeah.
There's a Five Below Ultra, which I love. And you guys are gonna have to tell us, this new camera can do a flippity flip, so I'm gonna do it and tell us if it's okay. Flippity flip. So tell me if that was disorienting. But so here we have a lot of Tesla owners spacing out one and the other. So we're just like another Tesla owner in a way, in that we have the one space between us, and hopefully we're not inconveniencing anyone. And I thought it was going to be really busy. Didn't you, Patrick? It's like a Saturday. Kind of a shopping area.
I have been checking throughout the week because this is one that I knew might be a good option for us. And it hasn't been that busy, but I was worried because it's on a Saturday morning, it could be busy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check in on PlugShare and ChargeWay. We're trying to check in on both every single time and document all of this stuff as well. We're going to add some photos. I'm really excited to add some blue Mach-E photos to Tesla Superchargers. So.
Yay! Hopefully you will be adding your own soon too. So, all right, let's do that.
Well, we didn't even go in. We were posting and checking in, and now it's time to unplug. We don't just unplug. There's no stop on the Tesla Supercharger. So we use the button here. We hear it click, and that means the latch has been released. We press the silver button here. We have to wiggle it a little bit.
When it says here, it's on top.
On top, right there. I'm gonna close this up. And then we found out, like, basically you don't wanna, like, pull it off that way because there's a latch under here. It is a two-handed operation, which is sort of frustrating, not as accessible, but that's it. You just do that, you're able to pull it off, and then we can put this back in.
And my thought was a really great viewer local to us in Oceanside reached out and had some really good input on how inaccessible this is. So it made us really think about it. And my idea was that there could be like a little adapter holder just attached to the side of the charger. So you could put the adapter in it and then put the plug in. So it acts as your hand.
Somebody asked, like, could we unplug the Tesla cable first? Like, just push this and then unplug the Tesla cable. I don't know if that'll work. Ford was very specific to do it in the order that we did it in just then. I'm going to email them and say, like, would that be possible? Because the idea is, like, you do that, you unplug that, you can put that away, and then you use that to pull the adapter out. So it seems like it should be able to work. I just want to verify from Ford that, like, this isn't going to get stuck in there or some weird thing. I don't know. So we'll test that out. But even though right now there's only us and one other Tesla charging, we are taking up 2 spots and we're not charging. So we're going to move the car and then run in and go to the bathroom.
I'm going to be honest, I was actually quite nervous to pull into our first supercharger on this trip. Ooh, cardboard box.
Yeah, and I had done some pre-planning because I didn't want to get to a busy supercharger and upset Tesla people or block people from charging, and still just curious because the updates had to get to the supercharger, and just wanted to make sure it would work. So it's interesting. Wow, that's a really big dusty storm.
Is it a storm or is it smoke?
No, it's a dust storm. It's
crazy.
We're like in this little valley crease between the little mountains, and
we've been trying to show you guys some footage of it, and obviously you can see it while we're driving, but that is really trippy to look at.
I think that site probably gets busier after In-N-Out opens, and we got there just as In-N-Out
because In-N-Out got really busy quickly too.
Yeah, like we walked into In-N-Out. I think we were like the second customer after they opened, but it went pretty easy. I do worry, like the front of the Mach-E GT is a bit low, so some of the curbs can be pretty high, and we have to go like over the curb, like on this one, to make sure we can get close enough to plug in. And like my worry is like we may sort of count on a V3 station, plan on stopping there, and then we get there and like, oh, we can't get close enough to charge, and then in that case we'd be scrambling to find somewhere else to charge. I think a lot of times, the worst case scenario is like you could parallel park in front of a stall, but that would block 2, if not 3 stalls, which is not great.
And some people have asked about why didn't the adapter come with a cable extension or something like that. The cables are liquid cooled, the charging cables, so it just wouldn't work.
Well, it just if you want to do the like sustained 300 amps, which is a lot of power, then you probably want liquid cooled. I think technically you can do some type of extension cord, but you'd have to have some really good heat sensors. Everybody's slowing down because there's a cop on the right. But Tesla is also, you know, they're the ones that decided to open this up. I hit that can. Sorry. They're the ones that decided to open this up, and they said in some statement or something like that yesterday that it is okay if we take up 2 stalls, and hopefully they spread the news that that is the case.
Yeah. Wow. This random debris. It looks really cool. It's like we're in another planet. We're on another planet.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of things hitting the windshield. It's not good.
And the windmill fluttering around.
They also said they encourage people to relocate their charge ports on future vehicles. So
I think the front right sounds really good.
Yeah, and I'd like to get your input because I like the front of the vehicle. I know there's been like really just one study about backing into spaces versus going in forward. And the idea is like when you hop into your car after you finish charging or shopping or whatever, you back out. That's where a lot of incidents where pedestrians get hurt. So technically backing in is a lot safer, but as we were watching and eating in and out, we saw the Tesla people trying to back into the stalls, and like that may be safer, but you're trying to get into like a lot of times between 2 cars, and they were not doing a great job of it.
Yeah, and that's literally just from observing people for a period of 15-20 minutes. Most people seem to have to like renegotiate and redo their backup. One person, as we were charging, they actually had a double bike hitch on the back. That's what you call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So their passenger had to hop out and go keep an eye and make sure that they didn't bash into the charger because it stuck out quite far. So there's a lot about this whole situation that we can all sort of talk about.
I think right front would be good for a lot of people. There are some exceptions. I know somebody is like they park in the garage and they have to be over so that they can get out. So they have to be over to the right. So they wouldn't want to have to charge on that side. So there are some people that wouldn't like it. But I think if it was up front right, it would be fine with Tesla Superchargers. It would be fine with EA chargers. And I think one that's really key is that if you parallel park in a city, like in Denver, they have some places have charging on the street when you parallel park, and then it would be in the right position. If it's on this side,
I like the right.
I've had to, I was like, I wouldn't want to park there because I would be facing the opposite direction of traffic, which in some places that will get you a ticket. So I think the right side could be really good, sort of compromise, meets the most needs. And because I hope that's one of the things that happens is that we get a lot more level 2 charging in urban areas and whatever. And then also, I was like, I like having it here because it's quick and easy to plug in, but also then it becomes an issue because like I need to run out to the car and I'm always plugged in, so I got to step over the cable. It's a tripping hazard. If it were on that side, yeah, if I ran to the passenger side to get something, but most of the time I'm coming to the driver's side. So anyways, I don't want to make this part too long.
Well, and I do have to say, by the way, something that we've been talking about recently, obviously with the adapter and the design of that, is that there's a great opportunity to be had to see how something's designed poorly, right? Or how something can be improved upon. And so watching how people interact with something, people of various abilities, of various sizes. That was our forward-facing camera, so we're just going to keep rolling. And you guys are stuck with our faces now. But like, there's a lot that can be gained from watching how people interact with something. And if people do something that you weren't expecting, it's not their fault. you have to take that into account, right? Like sometimes people find innovation with things that you weren't expecting, and that's a gem. So all of this, like these new unique situations at Tesla Superchargers and people interacting with the adapter, first as Ford users and soon to be everyone else, pretty much all other automakers. There's going to be some really interesting insight and interesting challenges and interesting opportunities as we watch people struggle and learn, unfortunately. So I hope that we all take that as the rich treasure and the rich opportunity that it is to learn and to see what could be new solutions, I hope. And now, since the camera just broke, shall we?
Yeah, I just want to wrap up just to give you an update of what we're doing. I think we're going to try to stop at a Tesla Supercharger that's not listed, but we do know that they have version 3 stalls there. So we may at least check that out. And if we can, we'll just plug in. We also need potentially just a little bit of charge to get to Quartzsite, so we may charge for a little bit. There is an EA station, so that's where the car's routing us to right now. So that's where we should charge, but I believe it's full. So
yeah, and the reviews on PlugShare are that there's constantly a 2-3 car wait, 20-30 minutes. So this is the situation. This is what EA has come to and has become, and why we're excited.
So we're gonna get off here and look for that Tesla Supercharger maybe, or just go to EA. We'll see.
So those are V2s.
Let's see, silver.
Silver.
And those are urban. They had a couple of urban ones that we couldn't use. So these have thinner cables.
And no silver.
And no silver. So let's see. Okay, this one isn't on the map. We saw the V2s as they were coming in. This is a V3. Did I get close enough? No. We're okay. I can move up.
All right.
This is going to be an issue.
I'm going to flippity flip.
Okay.
Once again, please tell us if the flippity flip is okay. So basically, we were told that the Tesla Superchargers that have V2 and V3, the V3s will not work to avoid confusion. I think it's a choice by Tesla, but we're going to flip and see if this works.
We'll see if it works. They may not have updated these. That could be the other thing, because they had to do some updates with the Supercharger. Again, plug this in first. That clicks. Let's see if it goes blue, and we'll know within 20 seconds if this is going to work. We're borderline on whether we need a charge to get to Quartzsite or not.
It was really, really windy, and we had a good tailwind, so we were getting incredible efficiency at like 5.2 miles per kilowatt hour, but the buffer just wasn't much. So nope, no charging.
So what it did is it initiated the charge, but then within like I could tell it was starting to charge, and then it just ended the session. So it's not going to let us charge here. If it's not on the Tesla map, it's not going to work. So good to know. We were hoping.
But we just wanted to give it a try and let you guys see. And the Electrify America is the prime reason about why we wish this did work, since it's going to be so busy. So I guess let's go. Yay, cars. Not yay waiting. Oh yeah, they're moving. Just pulled in. Yay. Pulling out. Ioniq 5 coming. Okay, Bolt, get out of here. Thank you. Bye-bye. Woo. Wow, that was lucky. Well, if it's working.
I think it is. Okay.
Wow, we're so fortunate. A Bolt was leaving just as we pulled in.
So we should be able to do plug and charge here. back to the big bulky cable.
Schmack.
I often have plug and charge disabled because we could get a cheaper rate with EA with our membership. A friend of ours has the NACS adapter, and he charged on a Supercharger and then went to EA, and it failed yesterday. So we were wondering, is there an issue with it swapping the certificates out? So if it doesn't work, I'll just activate with my app. Yeah, payment declined.
Yeah.
So this is why we're testing and why we're early. All I'll do is, let me go to the Ford Pass, the EA app. Unplug. We're at Indio. This is charger 1. I'll just tap on it, swipe to charge, and it can also go over there and tap it, but I just want to do this here. So it's not working with plug and charge. We'll report that to Ford. It should work. We should be able to do plug and charge on the Supercharger and on EA. So we'll figure that out. But it's starting to charge now. I'm going to go into the Ford Pass app. I can monitor it in EA, but I'm going to see basically the same thing. We're waiting.
And I'm gonna say, I was like a bit sad to be coming to EA just because of how easy that was. But I'm really excited to see other vehicles. So it's cool to see a Lightning here.
By the way, it's 48 cents because I disabled I forgot I canceled my EA plan. So it's 48 cents no matter what. We don't really need to charge much. It was like borderline. It was like we had a 4-mile buffer. But I also wanted to try out that Supercharger. I also wanted to try out EA. But we're at 70% state of charge, and we're charging at 95 kilowatts. So that's not bad. I think while we're here, I think we may charge to 80 and then go to the bathroom.
Yeah, totally. We need to run to the restroom. You guys know the drill. The Walmart is a little bit of a stroll away. So by the time we get to the restroom and get back, we'll be past 80. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's just go do that real quick.
That.
But 95 kilowatts, 71%. We don't want to go up too high as well because it's busy around here. We want to make sure we can vacate these chargers. But it's interesting thing is, like, we have our 3 stalls here. It's only 3. It said 4 on the app.
I know. And this is a really in-demand area, it seems. So I'm really glad we got a spot. I feel bad for...
I think a Lightning's waiting. So let's go to the bathroom and get back.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we ran to the bathroom. We're back. We're going to try to hurry. There's people waiting. Someone hit stop.
They're actually... Oh, yeah.
81%. So we'll hop in and talk, but we want to get this space free for people. We're not going to track all of that this time. $3.60, but we're going to move out of the way.
All right. Bye. So we definitely need some big, large chargers for Electrify America or anyone else on CCS.
Yeah, that just brings back memories of how busy it's been recently. And again, when we first got the car, we'd show up and there was never anybody charging. Let's do recents. Quartzsite's only 116 miles. We have 166 miles of range, 121 miles on the road. So we should be good to go. And then we'll see the scenery in Quartzsite. We may do a little chat on the in-between road, but let's get going. I was going to say let's go, and then I said get going, and it just messed up. Anyways.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Quick trip update. We are 100 miles from Quartzsite, and we have 140 miles of range. So that charge back there helped a lot. The winds are really helping. Right now our efficiency is bad. It's 1.9 miles per kilowatt hour because we just climbed like through the pass or whatever it is. But that was a great sort of comparison between Supercharger versus EA. We're going to try to do the same thing in Quartzsite. What a difference.
Yeah, big difference. In all honesty, the plugging in wasn't bad. Patrick knew that plug and charge would probably not work.
It should, just to clarify, it should.
It should, but based on other people's reports.
Yeah, one other person said they had problems going from Supercharger to EA. They reported it to Ford, and we'll report it to Ford as well. Should be something that they can resolve.
Maybe it's even something we can do in the record feature.
Oh, I should have did that.
Yeah, we can still do it. We'll show you guys and record it while we go. But so the plugging in wasn't bad, even though the cable is heavier and more cumbersome. But it was a tiny charger. There are 3 tiny charging stations, so 3 and 1 closer to the handicap spot, and constantly people there. So it just felt a lot more rushed, stressful. Not like we were lollygagging at the Tesla Supercharger, but it didn't feel as stressful because there were so many.
And I'm sure that there's times when the Tesla Supercharger would be busy, but here's one of the things that I realized when we ran into an issue in Las Vegas with the full EA chargers is when you have 4 stalls that are full at EA, you're hoping that somebody's almost done. We got lucky that somebody finished just as we pulled up today. If you have 12 stalls or 20 stalls or 16 stalls at a Tesla Supercharger, there's a greater chance that somebody's almost done. But the fact that we need, as of now, 2 spots, and they have to be 2 adjacent spots, it's going to be tricky as this supercharger access becomes rolled out. Like, you can't just say like, well, there's even if there's like an 8-stall supercharger with 4 spots open, if they are spaced out, we won't be able to charge. So we have to look and see like where. And
it might be, I've been thinking about it, like we might have to talk to the people and say, how much do you have? How long do you have? And then we could always pull into the spot next to them, knowing that as soon as they unplug, we take theirs, since we would then be in the spot.
And, in a situation like that, we could ask like, hey, could you move over 1 spot? You'll still be able to charge, but then I'll be able to charge, Mm-hmm. So it's going to take some kind Tesla owners, so we have to be kind as well. And it's not, I think the one thing is like, some people are like, why do you feel like you have to be kind to Tesla owners? They don't own the station. It's like, they don't, but like it's just the same as at an EA station. We try not to take up the 350s if there are some 150s available, just because we're trying to be kind to other Kia and Hyundai dealer owners. So it's just like, we're all in this together. We're all just trying to get from point A to point B.
And the Tesla network has been just for Tesla owners for the whole time. So even though Tesla owners don't own the stations or own the superchargers, I understand that so many people have had this just all to themselves, and the feeling of that must, maybe, I don't know, maybe it feels like being invaded or whatever. But yeah, we're not here to cause chaos. Hopefully here to make an easier transition.
Yeah, as they put in more charging stations with longer cables and change the layouts and things like that, it's going to become less of an issue. But that was really sort of like, as we got there, we thought about stopping at EA first because it was like a mile closer. But as we got there, I sort of glanced over at the map and it was like full. So I was like, well, might as well go to Tesla and see if we can charge there, and that will make things simple, and we'll just drive by EA.
And we were curious to test it out.
Yeah, so we don't know if Tesla is going to eventually add those type of V3s to the map and enable access. I think I heard that they actually had to put an upgraded board in the V3s to support NACS. It's even though the connector is the same and whatever, the protocols are different. It's the way it's communicating is different. And I think I heard that they have to put in a different board to support the new communication protocols.
And the engineer told us that...
the Ford engineer.
Yeah, the Ford engineer told us that they weren't going to be activated if there's V2s, just to prevent the confusion. And some people have said that that was Tesla's decision to the station com.
Not 100% sure if that's the case, but it may be, because that seems to be looking around, that's what's happening. And I hope not, because there's a lot of V2 stations that they're adding V3, and maybe it's like, let's just see how things work at first, and hopefully like we can get word back like, hey, we understand. Like it was actually easier than I thought to like roll through and go like, oh, those are V2s, because we can see the silver band. Easy
to distinguish even from the car.
So hopefully those get added. Otherwise, it was sort of disappointing looking at the map of like how far of a gap that we have, because I had been looking at V3 stations and going, wow, this is going to be fantastic. And then now it's like only certain V3 stations. It's still exciting, still positive, but at the same time, I would like to see some more of the sites pop up.
And we're lucky to have any at all, just straight V3 stations, because we're hearing from other people who this makes no difference to, because they have no solely V3 stations in their area or on routes that they frequent, so it kind of doesn't change anything for them. So hopefully this is the start and there's improvement coming up. What are you looking at on the map?
I just noticed it said that there was chargers here at this exit, and there's nothing else around here, as you can see.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a couple of charge point chargers.
Nice. Love that. Invite us to your restaurant and we'll just go have a nice leisurely meal and charge up.
And I think there's a rest area over there. Can't look too much.
By the way, is my first time out here, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
We came out here?
When we moved, we came through this way. Actually,
was it at night?
No, it was like early in the day.
Well, I've just never experienced dust storms like that. That was crazy. So many dust storms.
And we're getting ready to get some more wind, and on the way back, as we get closer to Quartzsite, it's going to be windier and more from the side. So we'll see what our efficiency is doing. Right now it's 1.9 miles per kilowatt hour, but I think we're still climbing a bit. On the way back, it's going to be windy and more from the front, so our efficiency is going to take a dive when we come back. But I think the wind is going to die down a little bit later in the afternoon.
We'll do some extra charging, and we still have a ton of filming planned. Just hopefully these mics. We actually have a 4 mic setup now with multiple cameras. So we have our outside the car mics that have, they're called dead mouse. So they should hopefully deaden some of the wind because it's crazy windy. But should we continue with some of the scenery?
Yeah, let's just continue with the scenery. We want to get you guys to Quartzsite. I'm really excited that we're going to be at an 84 stall supercharger, and then, as I said, the one across the street is 28 stall, and I believe there's, like, if I remember correctly, there's like 2 V2s there. That one is not showing up on the map for us, and I was wondering why, and I guess it's that V2 V3 hybrid setup that is the reason. But there's also the famous EA Quartzsite location that we'll at least visit, if nothing else.
I'm excited. And now let's enjoy some scenery. Surprised us, and we were just crossing the water when we came into Arizona. Okay, welcome to Arizona.
19 miles to go.
Woo!
Well, we're at Electrify America. This is sort of a famous site because like over Thanksgiving, there was like a 3-hour wait to charge. I think even more. There's been like numerous times when there's been a wait for people to charge here. We came through here one time on our move from Colorado to California, and we were the only one charging, but it was sort of late at night.
And there was someone screaming with a megaphone, I remember.
Yeah, preaching, I think.
Preaching.
But there's a Mach-E here. We don't need to charge here because literally on the other side of the freeway is the Tesla Supercharger.
We're tempted to ask them if they want to try charge with us. Should we?
Yeah.
Shall I?
I don't know if we want to try it. We just talk to them.
We'll go out and say hi. What's your name?
Dar and Bob.
Dar and Bob. Nice to meet you guys. They just rented this sweet Mach-E and they've been driving it from Palm Springs, right? Los Angeles. So brand new, in the thick of it with the space white Mach-E. Awesome.
And now we're just crossing the freeway and we're going to check it out. There's actually 2 charging stations here. One of them is not on the map, and I think it's because they have some V2 chargers. We're going to just circle through there. Actually, it's over there. We'll just go over in that area so you can see it. If I'm not mistaken, I think there are like 26 stalls that are V3, and then there's like 2 stalls that are V2, which is, then that's why we can't charge there. So I may have missed it. Should I? Oh no, there it is.
Yay.
Oh, there's some. But it's pretty full over here.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty, and then there's some there. There's like, as you can see, they're labeled 150s. So these are the old, I'm guessing this is like the original install. And then let me just circle around. It'll be a little bit funny.
And we can just show you.
So, and then over there are the V3s. So there isn't any reason why we shouldn't be able to charge there. And I just realized I want to go backwards on the one way, so I want to turn around. So anyways, we should be able to just charge there, but they have it blocked off from us, but that's okay, because now let's go to technically the largest supercharger station, I think, in the world, at least in the US for right now. I think there's some bigger ones being built, but let's go find that.
I'm so excited.
And then we can go into Terribles.
Oh, I'm really excited about that too. Though we're gonna have to take turns.
Yeah. And we just checked how many were available out of 84?
74. That was an hour ago though, so who knows now. Looking pretty chill. It's looking chill.
And this one has solar canopies as well.
Although they are considering the time of day, all in the sun, but it's really lovely.
Yeah. And this is potentially a station where I can show, like, first of all, there's some, we'll do a walk around a little bit, and we may actually make that another video. But let's take a look. The pull-through stations are a potential for us to be able to charge. But I think I see the one I'm going to go get, and then that way I won't be blocking anything.
Man, this is big. This is so great.
Or I could get this one here.
Oh, yeah. On the very end.
On the very end.
Perfect. Yay. Cool. And now you know you gotta go all the way up. Yep.
Until I hear the beep. Okay. So it looks like I did a bad job parking. Do I need to move up again? Is it?
I think you're good this time. Well, just
close.
barely.
It might be a little bit of tension on the cable, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and put this on and see. It'll work.
Yay!
And it's not even touching there. Heard it click. Blue light is solid. That's my current state of charge. It's just this first blue one.
One little square.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can.
And then it should be authorizing and starting the charge.
Yay!
Now it's flashing, and it's a solid flashing. Again, can't check it any other way right now other than using the Ford Pass app. Got to refresh the app. Fast charging. No information yet.
We can hear it ramping up right now.
Yeah, I think it's taking it a second.
It's definitely the most tension you put on the cable. So I think like you go until it makes a solid beep and then continue.
142.
Ooh, nice. It's a hungry car.
Yeah, at one point, hopefully over the next few days, we'll do the 10 to 80% and I can watch the whole charge curve. We're at 23% state of charge. I'm going to cover up your mic.
I'll cover my mic and you just worry.
So that's it. And I just want to point out, like, this is like a perfect example, I think, of trying to minimize our impact. So a Tesla would park in this spot and charge there. So technically I'm blocking a little bit of the walkway, but I don't think I'm bothering anybody right here. Of course, with this many open stalls, it doesn't really matter, but this is what we're going to try to encourage people to do, is sort of like I take up this spot, and if you saw me, if you have a Mach-E or a Lightning in this whole big area, even though it's empty, the best thing is for you to park right next to me and use this one, because our charge port location is the same side, the same position, and that means I'm using this one, you're using that one, we're not taking up any extra space. Even if I were using, like, parked here and using that one, it still is minimizing our impact. So stick to the right if you can, use that extra little space if you can, and then if you do see somebody else that has a CCS car with the charge port on the same side, right now only Ford EVs, stick close to them. By the way, actually, can you hold these two things? I want to try something since we're just playing.
Wait.
Yep, and this. And you may have to walk pretty far away, because what I want to do is see if I can stop the charging, because the car is locked. And hopefully my audio doesn't cut off. But like,
I know. We'll find out now how far we can be before the mics cut off.
We'll see how far the mics work. But I'm going to hit stop and see if it stops the session. Yep.
Yeah.
So somebody can just walk up and do that. This is why we're not
I'm
doing
not that far away, but
yeah, it may have still been detecting it, but anyways.
Either way, you don't want to leave this item alone. All right, let's get back up close. I'm so excited we are here at the largest supercharger in America, maybe the world. It was really cool to pop over to the Electrify America.
152.
152?
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun to do the charging speed tests and everything, the 10 to 80. But it was cool to go to Electrify America. It's just so teensy. There were just a couple, 4 stalls?
It was 4 stalls.
4 stalls. And there were people coming and going the whole time. We met a couple who rented a space white Mach-E and they picked it up in Palm Springs, LA. They flew in from Canada. They were having a really rough time. They had not been given entirely the best information. So,
and they didn't know the difference between level 2 and fast charging and like really fast charging.
So we went out with a fancy pony and the guy was like, I hate this thing. It took 17 hours to charge. We're like, oh, let's help.
And we just showed him, like in Ford Nav, you let it handle it for you. You could tell it to, like if you're looking for a charger, you can tell it to find fast charging, which is 150 kilowatts and above. So we gave him a few tips and he was like, I heard if you do 80 miles an hour, you lose half your range. I was like, it's not quite that bad. You do lose some range. At 80 miles an hour, we probably can do, still like 180 miles or so. I don't know.
But glad that we could stop and have a chat with them, and they seem to be having a nice trip, and hopefully just some EV common knowledge stuff could help them out. So hopefully you will help out anyone that you see on the road. And then we met a guy with his Taycan and he was just having a great time. He's like, loves that thing.
And I don't see a sad
Ioniq 5 seemed like they were having a good time. Never see a sad Taycan owner, do you?
No, I wouldn't be either.
Yeah, likewise. But we're so excited to be here, and it's quieter than I thought it was going to be. So we actually have some videos to film here while we charge. So let's do that.
Okay, we filmed some other videos. We filmed some shorts. We talked to David. So now it's just time to unplug. And guess what? We're way above what we need. Let me pull out my handy Ford Pass app. We're actually at 89%. It says we added 162 miles. Currently we're charging at 35 kilowatts. We added 60.1 kilowatt hours, but we also unplugged and plugged back in that one time. But we're going to go ahead and show you how to stop again. So we hit the stop button. I hear the latch release. I use the silver button on top. We're gonna close everything up. I'm gonna use both hands. I'm gonna push that lever there and it comes out fairly easy. Make sure the cable is in here. If you are not familiar with Tesla Supercharger cables, they basically just, there's a little notch there. So you go in and then rest it on that. Make sure it doesn't like click in or anything like that, but make sure you have it on the notch because you don't want it to fall out. By the way, if you ever find a supercharger that isn't working, the sort of the like Tesla thing to do is like to take it out and like drape it over. I've heard Tesla like engineers don't really like you doing that, but it sort of gives people an indication of like when a stall isn't working. Of course, Tesla owners can actually see it in their app if a stall isn't working. I would also advise, if you have a Mach-E, it's still nice to have the Tesla app, and it's shows you like which stalls are down, how many stalls are busy, all that good stuff. But that's it. We're done charging here, and we can hit the road.
Or go to Terrible's.
I'll go to Terrible's, yes.
Yeah.
We might hit the bathroom.
Welcome to California! Bow, 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 bow. Right? It's official?
Yes.
Yay!
The river.
The river. Well, that was a really great stop.
That was a great stop. By the way, we're on our way back home to Oceanside, but that was a great stop.
At the largest supercharger in America and potentially the world. We have a separate video all about it if you're interested in more details. We did a whole bunch of filming there. I did not hula hoop though, even though we have the hula hoop in the back. It was very, very windy, but I vowed that I'm going to hula hoop at the next charger. So we have one stop that we're going to do before we get home.
One, maybe two. We're going to try to stretch it. The winds that were helping us on the way there are now hindering us. So I may be able to do it, stretch it out. We'll see. Since we'll have a 7-mile buffer.
I don't love that. I don't love a 7-mile buffer, but it's just been really nice. We crossed over back into California and it feels like it all still kind of looks the same. The supercharger, like we mentioned, was really anticlimactic. It was so huge. Yeah, we didn't talk to many people. We just spoke to David.
It wasn't busy at all. I think the most that we saw was a total of 4 Teslas charging. When we left, there was not a single Tesla at that side. I think over on the other side where there's the 28 or whatever, there were still some over there charging, but 0 of 84 in use. So we took some pictures, like parallel parked in front of the superchargers, and I was like, somebody's going to give us some crap about taking up so many spots. I was like, oh no, they only had 81 spots available instead of 84.
I mean, but that's the goal. That's the dream. We were actually just texting with our friend Victoria. I think she's Mustang Sally. She's another Mach-E enthusiast, and she was talking about how much she hates charging at Quartzsite at the Electrify America station. She has Teslas as well, so she much prefers using the huge supercharger there because the Electrify America, the 4, oftentimes 2 are down. She said she charges there a lot. So she's like, yay that you got to use the supercharger finally. And those are the goals. That's the dream, is that wherever we charge, regardless on how it is, having that many chargers, that many amenities, and that much space and that much reliability. It's going to be so sweet. Hopefully.
Exactly. Yeah. It just comes down to more options, better options, more stations at each optional, more stalls at each optional station.
At each station. By the way,
you know what I meant.
We're being very blinded. It's really bright, and it feels like we've already been cranking for a while. We're just so excited, and we want to make as much educational and interesting content with this because we're excited about it. So you have to tell us how you feel about the whole NACS thing. But by the way, our friend David that we met at the Supercharger, I kept calling him Brian because we know Brian Reba drives electric, and David drives electric. So it just like mixed in my head. But he started doing electric drive videos, and he had this like camera on his hat. But his Tesla was really weirdly tricked out, and he invited us over to look at it. So he drives for his job
80,000 miles a year.
80,000 miles a year. That's so crazy. So he has a table back there. He has a bunch of storage. He's taken out a lot of stuff in the back so that he can camp there. I think he's probably living in his car while he's tripping, but he drives for a living. He was a photographer, so but he is also doing the car stuff on the side. So we'll share his YouTube. I haven't seen any of his stuff, but it's always cool to see other people who are interested and excited about the stuff and interested in sharing the EV world, and tribute to see what people do with their cars in general. We do a lot of stuff
very
with
much,
our cars.
yeah. Yeah, and speaking of mods, unrelated to this video, but at EV Fest coming up on April 13th in Long Beach, California, go to mach-e.org, go to events. We'll have information about EV Fest. There's going to be a bunch of modified Teslas there, maybe a couple of modified Mach-E's, not too many. The community hasn't gotten there quite yet, like the Tesla community, but we're excited to see like all the modified Teslas. We saw it like last year, I think it was, or actually a year and a half ago.
And this time we're partnering with SoCal EVs, Tesla Club SoCal, so the Mustang Mach-E Club of America, and us, Mach-E Vlog. We are partnering with them on their huge EV Fest, which is their 6th anniversary of creating their community. And it seems perfect as a way for us to kick off the huge 60th anniversary of the Mustang. So we're gonna have EV Fest and we're gonna have Mustang Mach-E Fest smushed together, celebratory wise.
Yes.
And we'll have Simon out from EV Vita, and he does a whole bunch of Mach-E mods. So
yeah, check out his website.
We have one little mod.
We have one mod on the back. Our GT logo lights up, has an animated startup, it has a reverse light function built into it. It's pretty slick. But yeah, let's get back on topic and wrap up this segment. You know, again, everything's going well. It's nice to check out the Superchargers. We're trying to stretch it to make it back to Supercharger land. There is one that's closer that we may stop at. It's only an 8-stall Supercharger, and there's 4 in use.
Yeah.
So depending on how they're parked, we may not be able to charge there. And we don't necessarily want to visit that one, but we may have to, because our buffer is getting smaller and smaller with this wind. So, like, it's now down to 4 miles.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. Maybe we will stop.
You know, maybe I could slow down a bit or whatever, and eke some more range.
I mean, maybe you guys would be interested in seeing what will it be like if we go to an 8-stall, something like a usual Electrify America. So maybe we should. We'll see how we feel. We'll see how it all goes. But maybe you guys will be seeing some drama compared to what we've had before, which is just like easy breezy, quiet.
But we're gonna head. We'll throw in some scenery, and then we'll be at a charger.
Yeah, let's go. Update. How much range do we have? 38 miles of range, 17%.
Yeah, we were trying to stretch it out, but then we were texting with our friend Victoria, and she sort of wanted to meet us. She was hoping she'd be able to charge her Mach-E with the adapter to try it out, but she does not have the
I don't
update.
believe she has. She didn't confirm. Maybe she was just being quiet about it. But we had to re-navigate to a closer supercharger. So we were going to go to Beaumont, where we were before, first charge of the day, nice and full. Instead, we're at Cathedral City, and there are only 8 stalls. Oof. There were 4 in use when we re-navigated, but now apparently it's all open. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and this is an example of like I worry, like 4 of 8, you could potentially not be able to charge if they were spread out. So being empty is hopefully good luck, and we are 3 minutes away. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, we have another Mach-E probably staking out the station for us. Not really. Victoria has Teslas as well, so she could be there in a Tesla, but she really just wanted to meet us, and it's a cool opportunity because we're not often out here.
Yeah, Cathedral City is a bit of a drive. I don't even know how far we have to go after this. I need to check to see how much we need to charge up to. I do have to say one thing real quick about because the Tesla Superchargers that are open to us aren't actually in our navigation. It's a bit like old school,
stressful,
and I'm like, the Ford nav is so nice. I can't wait till they add them to that, because it's been like a no-brainer to navigate using just the EA ChargePoint EVgo, but trying to include Tesla Superchargers and they're not added to the EV routing yet makes things stressful and complicated.
And in this case, it was a little more complicated because Victoria obviously has the Tesla app for her Teslas. She does not have the Mach-E update yet, so where we put in, although I guess she could have the set for a Mach-E, exactly what our Mach-E is, plus the NACS adapter. So then you will only see the NACS compatible superchargers on your Tesla app. So Victoria was looking because her Teslas, they have access to all of them. So trying to overlap where we're going to meet, where it's convenient, that's kind of an unusual situation, but it was definitely more challenging not being able to see Electrify America, EVgo, and Superchargers all in the sync screen. And I'm getting nervous.
Like we can pull up the charging app and sync and see where the Tesla Superchargers are. It's just the nav isn't using it for EV routing yet, so makes it a bit difficult. But it's just 2 minutes away. Oh boy, that was a big
bump. All right, let's hold our breath. Or not.
And it says that we're right, it's up here, right by Sonic. So I see Sonic, and I guess you guys can't see it. I forgot we don't have the forward-facing camera.
We're trying, this new camera has a low light setting, so you have to let us know how it is, because some cameras are a little grainier and everything, but I guess we know where we're having dinner tonight. We have not had Sonic forever, but there's nothing else around here. He almost missed the turn.
Yeah, I just realized.
Ooh. Shall we flippity flip and find the chargers? Where are they? There they are.
There they are.
We see them.
There's one Tesla.
One Tesla. Maybe that's her. All right. Oh, there's a Mach-E.
There's a Mach-E.
I wonder if she's holding a spot. Wow. Okay.
2 Teslas. This is a situation where I'm going to go use the handicap stall.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep a watch on it. Or actually, I think I can use this last one, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the
extra space right there.
Extra space. Perfect. Shoot. So Patrick is not close enough. We only have like 3 inches. Come on. Stop. Okay. Woo. Oh, that was close. I mean, I think you clear it, but it's...
Yeah, I might have to use one of the other ones because that stupid box. You might.
Is it too far?
This would be so stressful.
I think it'll work.
I'd be terrified. I'm glad I'm with you.
It's been really nice.
Right?
But, yeah.
Well, I'm more, nervous about...
I know, we're nervous of that, too. There's no way we're leaving the car.
I'm sitting right here, and another Tesla was, creeping by.
Were they?
Super slow, what is
slow rolling
here?
And I could move over because Like I should line up further that way. Let's just do that. Just
go
to be.
for it. Okay. Schmack. Schmeek. Schmack. Schmeek.
All right. Let's see if it works this
With
time.
the sound effects. I know. Okay.
Oh, my
And
Yeah, it's much easier. There
yeah, we're getting the spinning. It's really clear when it's plugged in.
we go.
No. Why? Why for? Wait, there's something up here.
Yeah, it could be.
Let's try this again. Well, I guess we don't have to.
Yeah, you got to unlock.
All right. Are you in properly?
Yeah.
Oh no, we really need a charge.
Yeah, we may have to go
Alright.
somewhere else. Hold on.
Huh?
Let me activate with the Tesla app. Because
Okay.
we tried that.
2C. Are you aiming the camera well?
No, not really.
Victoria can be our camera person.
There we
It's
go.
all ready.
Both of you.
So charge your EV. There we go. We're at this location, Cathedral City. 2C. Charge here. Come on. Connection failed. Ah, there we go. And it's 2C. Start charging. Attach adapter and plug in.
Okay, fingers crossed. Spinning. No.
No.
Why?
Oh,
Oh, is it pulling too much?
yeah, it might be.
Oh, it doesn't like any pulling. You want to scooch up again?
We'll see.
We're just gonna have to stand here and hold it. You ever have one of those fussy charging cables for your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Keep moving it.
yeah, you lean it against the table. Oh, it's making sound. I don't think that you should be holding it to charge it.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna let it go. It's charging at 114 kilowatts. Let's see if it
sounds
goes
like
up
it's
higher.
charging.
145, 148. We're gonna do a good charge. I need to see how far we need to charge to get home. 149. I'm good with
Like,
that.
we have to like walk slowly away from it.
I think we're good for now. All right. Let me grab that, and then our camera person can be on camera.
Yay!
And
This is Victoria. I should introduce her properly. She is our Palm Desert friend.
Yeah.
She's going to be leading the Mustang Mach-E Club of America chapter out here. What are we calling it? Coachella
Coachella
Valley?
Valley? Yeah, that kind of
Sweet.
addresses all surroundings in the desert.
Oh, you desert dweller Mach-E, Mustang
Welcome
Mach-E
to the desert.
lovers.
It is a sandy, windy day.
Oh my God. And what?
And the Mach-E Girls Club.
And Mach-E Girls Club. That's how we know each other. I'm so glad I got
Yes.
to know you through this. She was able to come to Detroit. We all had that amazing adventure.
Yes.
Super fun. So you see her in that Detroit video. But she has Mustang Sally, who is right next to us.
Yes,
Please
Sally.
introduce gorgeous Mustang Sally.
Yeah,
to
this is
everyone.
Mustang Sally. She's a 2022 Mach-E Premium with the ice white package. Yeah, a little over, almost 2 years now that I'm going to own her. I can't believe it.
Yay.
And it's still fun to drive.
Oh man, it's so cute just having the double beeping as you guys are backing up. Like, I love Mach-E
Right.
together. And the ice white package, I totally forgot you had that, but then you see that white pony.
I know.
It
She's
looks
a little
really
dirty,
good.
but yeah, she has that special sparkly paint too.
Special
Yeah,
sparkles.
I'm like, I was like, I wanted to look at your guys'
Yours
because yeah, it
looks
has the,
really
like,
sparkly and ours looks really dirty. But okay,
Oh, mine's
speaking
dirty.
of sparkly, her daughter is an amazing artist and draws all of the Mach-E colors.
Oh, I
as
have those on
little,
me.
Huh?
I have those on me, my sticker.
Do you? Will
Yes.
you show us?
Yeah,
Please
let
show
me-
us.
let
She
me show
draws
you.
all the Mach-E ponies, the different colors, as ponies. And they're so cute. And I actually haven't picked where to put mine. She's given us one for Grabber Blue and what other color have you
Rapid
done
Red.
so far? Come here, Rapid Red. We're coming over to the videographer.
Here, let's do it this way because we have light behind us.
Can you see that? This is drawn by her kid. How old is your kid?
My daughter is 11. 11.
That's crazy.
Yes, and she has more colors coming soon. So
they're so cute. Yeah, I have them on our counter, and I don't have the right space on my water bottle. You saw my water bottle. We were doing a Zoom, and it's like covered in stickers. And I feel like these deserve the perfect spot. But they're
you're so
cute.
Sweet. Yeah,
these are yours.
I hope it brightens another Mach-E owner's day. So
I can't believe you don't have a white one yet.
I know.
You need a Mustang Sally.
I know. This was the Mustang Sally, but she wanted blue because of Ford.
Oh,
so I said, okay, well, maybe we'll do a 2.0 version.
Oh, I gotcha. Sweet. I love it. I'm so glad that you came out here. You haven't gotten the update for Supercharger.
I have not got the update yet.
Okay.
But I am looking forward to be able to pull up to a Tesla Supercharger and charge with this adapter.
It's so crazy. It's so exciting. This is probably the most drama that we've had so far at a Superchargers, like trying to scooch up. But it's been really chill today, to be honest.
You know, it's just going to change the way we get to charge and we get to travel. So I'm super excited to, get to start to charge and do that soon.
And you're like old hat with the Tesla stuff because you have a couple, right?
I had a Model X, yes, and I currently own a Model 3. So...
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm used to Tesla charging, but to get to do it in the Mach-E is going to be a lot funner because I enjoy driving my Mustang.
It's awesome. That's so fun. We're going to have Mach-E Supercharger meetups or Supercharger runs.
Take over.
Only if we're not in the way. I mean, if we went to Quartzsite though, there was no one
Nobody.
There.
And they just put those ones in. Those are they're brand new because when I would check that one, they were still kind of working on stuff the last time I went.
They're pretty nice. Maybe we have to do a group trip out there.
Yeah, that would be fun. We totally should.
Yeah.
Driving in Blue Cruise. Did you drive in Blue Cruise?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love that drive.
Hands free.
Because there's nothing out there. So you Blue Cruise and you just kind of enjoy the scenery. Yeah.
Enjoying the dust storm. Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, it's quite chilly. I think we're going to have to go warm up in our cars. Hopefully don't say that.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap up this video. Even though we haven't unplugged yet, we're still charging. We're actually at 83%. We just been talking. Victoria's still over here. We're still hanging out, just having a good time. But everything's going fine with the charging. I actually took a couple of snapshots. I have this little IR camera, and I was going to do a little bit more and try to film with it, but then it disabled because it said my USB port was dirty. I'll troubleshoot that later, but if that works, I'll put that here now. The handle is slightly warm at most. You can see it in the infrared camera, but actually the wheels are warmer than the handle of the adapter. So anyways.
I thought it was funny watching you troubleshoot it like the old Nintendo. It was blowing in it.
Blowing, because it said there's water or debris, so I don't know. Anyways.
This has been really great, and the station, we were really worried about it, only 8 stalls, but it has not been busy at all. There've been a max of 2 other vehicles, 2 Teslas here, and we've been camped out on this side, not inconveniencing anyone, so it's actually been really good.
And I think the overall summary for the day is there's some really bright spots like Quartzsite, where it was super easy to charge, no issues, lots of empty stalls. There's places like this that worried us that it could be busy. There were some little challenges in getting close enough. And then, of course, the EV routing not being in the Ford nav system just yet makes things a little bit more difficult and stressful. But a lot of these things are going to be fixed, so Tesla's going to be putting in larger or longer cables. They're changing the position of some of the cabinets in their newer installs. They may add, because that was the other issue, the V2, V3 combined stations aren't showing up and we can't charge there. So I think these are a lot of things that are going to be fixed, resolved in the near future. But yeah, it's been great. It's just a lot more charging options.
And if you're curious, you can go download the Tesla app. If you don't have it, you can set to your vehicle and with the NACS adapter, so you can see what chargers are around you. People can also use the ChargeWay app and see what's around them.
They have a they're coming out with a new release. We have a preview of that. So you just say like, I have the Ford NACS adapter or a NACS adapter, and then it automatically filters. And there, that update is coming out very, very soon. We're very excited to see them. Check in on ChargeWay, check in on PlugShare. And in that note too, is like sometime in the next week, now that we've done an EV road trip with Tesla, we're going to do like a follow-up and to our previous like EV routing in the Mach-E, sort of go over some tips and things about like how to navigate and include the Tesla charging stations, even though they're not in the system just yet. So we're going to add some of that, how to find them, all of that good stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's a whole different thing. It's a whole new thing, and it's really, really exciting. I think it's been a fantastic day with us charging almost exclusively on Tesla. Why did we do the Electrify America? I forget even now.
Because we tried the V2, V3 hybrid station, and then it wasn't available. By the way, I'm just going to show you one thing just because it's at night. So we're going to lock the car, but if I unlock it, ooh, I like the GT logo.
GT. We don't talk about it too much, but that is a sweet mod that Simon from EV Vita installed for us. We have a video detailing how to do it. You can do it yourself and buy the mod, or find someone like him who can do it for you. He's really good.
So anyways, I know it's getting windy. I just got some dust in my eye.
Thank you so much for joining us for this, our very first road trip with the official NACS adapter to the largest supercharger in America, potentially in the world. Thank you so much for saying hello to Victoria, Mustang Sally, who is cameoing in the outro. A huge thank you to our patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. We appreciate you guys so very, very much.
Whisper, engage, and Unbridled.
Okay. A big thank you to our YouTube subscribers who get cool things like
members.
The little members, that's right, and subscribers too.
But subscribers too.
Subscribe as well. Obviously, we need to go. So on that note, thank you for watching, and just remember that whatever you drive, and now this is Patrick's part, and however you charge it, enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Bye.
I thought I was going to have to say more. Bye.
Bye.